So, abusuya latest update yede bremo. Miracles Aboagye, Dr. Bawumia, ne former aide abusuya ene breaking yede bremo. EOCO for afreeze ne asset nina abusuya enye asem keto akra. Miracles Aboagye after say ye release from EOCO custody obabonten ebeka say sa ne 55 million allegations na eri ato no so no obi ani wa obisa no ewo EOCO no de enya de awafasa sika na ene court a confirm EOCO odey say ne asset ninala abusuya yede yensa ato so eno ene ya project ede ato yi screen no enchen ede amam Dennis Miracles Aboagye's asset frozen as court confirm EOCO order intino abusuya Miracles Aboagye a o ka se ono no court no omonfa bibibia sa 55 million ya EOCO for arrest no ewo airport no enya de omubisa no na dentina se omwambisa obibia ho a adenti na oba abonten a obekasa ya ensem bebre anase adentina enne court ene EOCO afreeze wo as a deputy attorney general e de honsem eba bebetu ya say sa Miracles Aboagye a waba abonten a o kasai na so be ye hye ampara abusuya ene ye freeze na account a ye de honsem ebre makasefo atena say e de nsem bebre aba betu ya mamya na ye nkonkoti ensem ekoso ye ba ye de aka ebeto am so unsubscribe ya subscribe na hit on the notification bell na so say na be any update be ebe drop no so wonsa ebetumi akabi Gossip Politics TV. So
Miracles Aboagye lied. He actually begged for consideration. And this is coming from who? His successor. His name is Gameli Hoedoafia. And he is spilling all the beans. Wow. Hi. How many of us know Miracles Aboagye? Dennis Miracles Aboagye is this wonderful gentleman here. He's a good communicator for his party, the NPP. He's a mentor to so many people. Now, my brother, today we have an exclusive. Miracles Aboagye is the guy here. And we're going to tell you something that nobody has ever told you. Now, Miracles Aboagye granted an interview to his lawyer on radio, OB. And in that interview, he mentioned some very, very thorny issues, very sensitive. Note that. He talked about Gameli and what probably happened between them. Then also, he talked about a mutual friend that they have and how the NDC is trying to victimize him. I told you already, this guy will join Wontumi in jail, period. Watch this.
And that's how come the current executive no war lands.
Yes,
ministry.
no war lands ministry as a civil servant. Eventually now, Abain Sasai, then he came back
to IMCC
now as the
executive secretary.
So now that is where the issue starts. Oba, you know. Inti mena na me feel say me mo mama ne permanent job or civil service no. I mean say 2 months bi no kofi no nim anye ne de. Nani anche. Inti odahye ne mu. Inti oba you know, I remember correctly, the first 3 months he called me. In fact, my mutual friend be friend me catch him say, you know, Gamele say then call for the money pressure say you should find something on you. Because my buying the pressure, you know. I'm telling you this.
But how should we believe the old?
No. If you want me to prove it, I can prove it to you. You know, sometimes when you have very personalized conversations with people, you want to respect that. You know, he did that. In fact, there was a joint meeting between myself and him and our mutual friend.
Personally?
Yes, face to face.
Face to face?
Yes, face to face. The same thing. He said the same thing. Now I say, but me, I speak for the former vice president. I speak for the MPP. Asking me to keep quiet is like asking me not to exist. It's not possible. I say, okay. Then he went ahead. That is when he and this, I think this was around when na ye kagalam say issues no. Ye call kwenyakon.
That's last year?
Yes. Ye call kwenyakon You know when
okay.
Yes.
Water treatment.
Okay, I say Galamsey campaign.
Yeah.
It was around that time. And to me, na minya message if you know say why audit. Until there's a draft report that he wants me to respond to. Okay. Audit the audit will be you first of all need to write to the person. Tell the person the scope of the audit. Yeah. And then working papers, only the panel must all sign to. Before you even
these are the documents we are going to.
Yes. Okay. And the person must,
Well, we played this video last week just to recap some of the important things. He talked about a mutual friend. Then he talked about Hoedoafia, who was taking over from him. Now, this guy. And that this guy told him, my people, the NDC, are giving me pressure to find something on you so that you would be in trouble. So you talk too much. Relax. And that he said, no, he can't stop talking. My brother, my sister, let me take you to the genesis of the whole thing. But first and foremost, who is this man? Hoedoafia. Come here. Run the dossier and watch this. Dr. Dominic Gameli Kewurebe Hoedoafia is a prominent Ghanaian public policy expert, governance reform strategist, and researcher who serves as the executive secretary of the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization. He took office on February 17, 2025, leading Ghana's central institutional body for intersectoral policy, coordination, and local government system administration. Now, he specializes in public policy formulation, government reform, local economic development, decentralized service delivery, and public sector monitoring and evaluation. He possesses over 20 years of professional experience, spanning both the public and private sectors in Ghana and the United Kingdom. Listen, please pay attention. Now, he has served as a corporate chief executive officer in agribusiness and as an independent management consultant. He holds a PhD in his field and is an alumnus of the University of Ghana. He directs the IMCCOD secretariat operating under the office of the president to synchronize mini cabinet level decisions on local administration. He spearheads institutional frameworks advocating for improved direct transfers to the district assemblies common fund, DACF, to strengthen local development financing. And this is the final one. Acts as a public advocate for structural adherence to the Local Government Act 935. Dash it away and come here. Now this is the man, Hoedoafia. Now what the media is not telling you is what I'm about to tell you. When Nana Addo was in power, this guy called Miracles Aboagye was all over the place. Of course, because of the work he does. He communicates and he does it well. You can't take it away from him. Now the Swedro boy did all he could to put the NPP there, and he spoke with confidence. Oh yes, especially when he met Sami Jemfi. I love that kind of clash. It was nice. Sami Jemfi from the NDC. Now, Dennis Miracles Aboagye, my brother, my sister, took over power at this interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization. And when he got there, Hoedoafia had been there for 10 solid years. Directing things there and making sure things were... Listen, 10 years. The moment he arrived, he sacked him. He said, no, the government has no money to pay you. And Tiko said, oh, how? I am not a political appointee. I'm working here as a government worker, civil servant. How do you sack me like that? 4 other people were sacked like that to go away by Dennis Miracles Aboagye. They went to court. They won their case. But Miracle still insisted in one way or the other that they had no place at the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization. So they were sent to Lands Commission, and some of them were sent to other places to work. He didn't want them around him. So already there was some kind of friction. Then power changed hands 2 years later. And this same Hoedoafia was sent to take over from this guy. Now, the interview that he granted to Obi, he said that he thought he had given him a civil servant job or civil service job. And they were okay. But later he realized that blah, 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 blah. I like those years. Come here. Run the dossier. Let me show them something. Watch this. Now, the feud between Dr. Gabeli, Hoedoafia, and Miracles Aboagye stems from a high-profile workplace dismissal at the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization that later escalated into a legal and criminal investigation battle. Did you hear that? Now, the friction between the two public officials unfolded across several key incidents. Now, in 2023, Dennis Miracles Aboagye was heading the IMCCOD. When he was the head, he abruptly dismissed Dr. Hoedoafia, who had been coordinating affairs at the secretariat since 2012, alongside 4 other senior officials. And what was the reason? Dr. Hoedoafia publicly stated on Channel 1 TV's Face-to-Face that Miracles Aboagye told them the secretariat lacked the funds to pay their salaries and ordered them to go home without prior notice or an exit package. Nothing. Just go home. And they sat home for 1 year. No salary, nothing. Just go home. Now, refusing to accept the termination, Dr. Hoedoafia and the affected senior staff took legal action against the decision. Now, the legal battle forced a compromise where they were transferred into the mainstream civil service instead, resulting in Dr. Hoedoafia being reassigned to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources after sitting at home for nearly a year. Did you hear that? It's a confirmation of all that I said. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? My brother, my sister, today as it stands, flip, this is what it is. Now, power changed hands. He is now the boss of the place that Dennis Miracles Aboagye just exited. And on July 12, 2026, Dennis Miracles Aboagye was arrested by EOCO at the Accra International Airport. The arrest centered on alleged financial irregularities and payroll manipulation during his tenure as the head of the IMCCOD. And then the NPP has come out to say, oh, it's bitterness because Miracle sacked him. This is why he's doing all that. And all the allegations, now Dr. Hoedoafia has responded in a press release. Watch this. This is it. This is July 27. What date is that? Today. 27th July 2026. And it says for immediate release. IMCC Secretariat responds to public comments by former Executive Secretary, Mr. Dennis Edward Aboagye. Now, the Interministerial Coordinating Committee, IMCC, on Decentralization Secretariat has noted significant inaccuracies and unsubstantiated statements made by Mr. Dennis Edward Aboagye, a marketer and former executive secretary of the IMCC Secretariat during his appearance on the Ekosisane on the Asempa 94.7 FM on the 21st of July 2026. Now, the IMCC Secretariat is a public service institution established under Section 2073 of the Local Governance Act 2016, Act 936, and is governed by all laws applicable to the public services in Ghana, including the Public Financial Management Act and the Public Procurement Act. Now, consistent with these obligations, a forensic audit was conducted in 2025. And this is important. Listen. Consistent with these obligations, a forensic audit was conducted in 2025. The audit report found Mr. Aboagye and the accountant personally and jointly culpable for identified irregularities, including authorizing or facilitating non-compliant transactions. Mr. Aboagye was given the opportunity to respond to the findings, which he did. Following that, the audit findings have been submitted to the EOCO for necessary action. Now, the Secretariat is not privy to the full scope of findings of EOCO's investigation, but has been informed that the audit report forms part of a wider inquiry and will continue to provide requested documents and information in accordance with due process. And this is the part that is most serious. The Secretariat categorically refused Mr. Aboagye's claim that the executive secretary instructed him to stop commenting on government matters, or stated that the NDC government was pressuring him to find something on Mr. Aboagye. For clarity, no such directive or instruction was issued. At no point was such alleged disclosure made. On the contrary, and this is even more dangerous. Hey, watch this. On the contrary, the Secretariat states that Mr. Aboagye, through one of his lawyers and a mutual friend, invited the executive secretary to a meeting at the lawyer's office on the 18th of July 2025. Now, during the meeting, Mr. Aboagye asked that aspects of the audit findings be dropped, including findings on 2 bank accounts. One of those accounts recorded transactions totaling 102,255,802 Ghana cedis, 69 pesos, was not disclosed in the handing over notes. Can you imagine? Then His Miracles Aboagye allegedly spent 102 million, and when he was leaving, no handing over notes covered this. And he asked them to cover that up, according to this statement. Now, the request also covered matters relating to PNY Investment Limited, BMABA Enterprise, and GAPTE. The executive secretary declined the requests. He declined. He said, no. I can't cover you for anything. Dabi. Now, the Secretariat rejects Mr. Aboagye's claim that the current executive secretary is targeting him through the audit because of a prior termination of appointment. This is tangential, and the least said about this claim, the better. Oh my God. Now, the Secretariat states categorically that no audit or review of its operations is intended to victimize any former official. Administrative, financial, and operational reviews are standard governance practices. Therefore, allegations of persecution are false, unfounded, and misleading. Dash it away. My brother, you see, Ochamia on Nimkasa no Sinana Wawa Soon. This is what Hoedoafia and the Secretariat are saying. You invited me. I didn't ask you to come anywhere, through a friend. And you were rather begging me to cover up your crimes. And I said, no, I can't do that. Now you are saying because you sacked me, that's why I'm victimizing you. Can you imagine? I told you earlier, remember when we broke the news? And he came and denied. My brother, my sister, he went to EOCO and was a good boy. Anything they said he should do, he would do that, including begging. The same alleged begging that he went to beg Dr. Hoedoafia to cover up his dirty crimes. Well, I think I have a witness. And many people saw this and said, oh, so you see, Black Rasta never lies. He won't say what he doesn't know. This is the Honorable Dr. Justice Fřèèzès. And this is what he has to say in just 2 minutes. Watch this.
Recently, what's his name? Miracles. He came out to say that Nobody questioned him about 55 million, like it was questionable. And people believe that. People believe that. Because Miracle is saying it, everybody believes that that is the truth. And nobody is even interested in asking EOCO, how do you even conclude that is true? And you see, EOCO is not under any obligation to be responding to things like that. Law enforcement, we are not under any obligation. At the end of the day, we will bring you to court. We will charge you. You will have your day. So whether we ask you about 55 or we ask you about 5, it's not even our headache. Eventually, whatever we find on you, we'll bring it to court. At that point, we have had situations where people have said nothing. In the end, did they not say that they want plea bargaining? When they said no, we came back, they just kept us there, they didn't ask us any question. But the moment they are charged, they said they want plea bargaining. So I want the public to understand that law enforcement, because of the nature of the work we do and because it's investigation, it's not everything that law enforcement can respond to. But that doesn't also mean that lack of responding to some of these things means that the person who is saying it is right or is correct. That's all I want the public to just be very aware of that.
Is Dennis wrong in that when he tells us?
Of course, he's completely wrong. I mean, you cannot say that he was not questioned about 55. Completely wrong.
Was he questioned on the 55 million?
Yes.
I see. So he's very much aware of why he was kept in there.
Let's not even go further. He's very much aware.
I see. But what did you think about how his bail issue went? You know, he was in there for a while. Then there were demonstrations all day.
No, demonstrations are rights.
EOCO. Then in the last minute, in fact, they had predicted that EOCO would only grant the bail after, you know, the officers who were supposed to do the work had closed.
I'm not aware of that. Those things, you see, I'm not aware of that.
So you see, a lot of our politicians, they are clean until they are proven dirty. And then they start to give alibis and make excuses. Miracles Aboagye will go to jail. I'm telling you. From what I have seen, my brother, my sister, it will be difficult if this guy escapes jail. The only thing that can save this man from jail is a coup d'etat that will remove Mahama, and Bawumia will become president all of a sudden. Then he can free Wontumi and all those other guys. As it stands right now, I know too much, and I'm holding myself back from speaking with you. It's when they come out and they make the noise, then I'm forced to fire. And when they joke, we play the videos where they were on their knees begging. Oh yes, so simple. If you try to stain my credibility, I will show you that we are clean. It's as simple as that. Until that happens, we keep it like that. My brother Miracles, as for you, I'll visit you in jail. And I'll bring you wache from Alhaji's wife for you to enjoy. Dash is the black pot, aka Kukushounemo, and here we speak truth to power.
So abusuya we ne ensma ekoso e political highway so Dennis Miracles Aboagye Dr. Bawumia the former aide ena HSCC ano EOCO e de omonsa ato ne assets so nyina ye de ehonsem ebrem e bedamase samoje penekokoti sa ensem we e de mai aha e gossip politics TV so